Hello, everyone. Father Norm Douglas, you've probably seen me on this video and on various occasions. What I've been doing lately is talking to parishioners about the priorities of our parish, part of the pastoral plan. So in the past, we've talked about evangelization, faith development, community outreach, how we foster the school. Now we're talking a little bit more about the Finance Council and how that supports all the good things that we're able to do in this parish and reach out to others. With me for this interview is Ted Walter, Chair of the Finance Commission. Thanks for being here, Ted.
Thank you, Father. It's an honor to serve the church and the mission of the church community.
Yeah, and what influenced you to get actively involved in the parish in the first place?
Well, my initial activity in the Finance Committee is, they had run a ad in the bulletin like they do, and they were looking for members of the Finance Committee. This is maybe 25 or nearly 30 years ago. And I basically raised my hand and indicated that, I have a finance background and would be happy to serve. I served on another of other community boards, and, the church has always been an integral part of my life, and my kids are in school or going to school. And so it was important for me to make sure that, I did everything I could to make sure that the church and the school were still around.
Oh, good. Well, hey, thanks. Obviously, you used your gifts, your strengths, with a commitment to help the parish. Some people may not understand what basically is the role of the Finance Council.
The role of the Finance Committee is really to provide guidance to the pastor and our finance manager, and we're fortunate to have Connie Pakinowski in that role, and she does an outstanding job. And I think our role is to be a sounding board for them to help understand and help develop the path in which we can run the school, the church in a fiscally responsible way, as well as the other things we do regarding community outreach and evangelization. And they're all really tied together. Because if we're not healthy in our financial capabilities, then we're not able to do other things. If we weren't financially stable and didn't have the support from the community, we would not be in a position to operate the school, because that is a big part of our financial commitment, and it all ties together. And so we as a finance committee meet almost monthly to review the financial reports, look at capital expenditures, look at unexpected expenses, and hopefully every once in a while there's a donation that comes through.
Well, I know I'm thankful for you. My 5.5 years here, seeing the difference you make. We've been talking about the parish pastoral strategic plan for the Finance Council as you see it in the council. What do you see the priorities of that council going forward in the next couple of years?
The priorities of the Finance Committee, and we have a great Finance Committee. I know when a number of years back when I first joined the Finance Committee, I think the only woman on it was Jean Stout, and now we have probably more women than we have men on the Finance Committee. So it's really a positive movement. But so our goal is to make sure that we operate in a fiscally responsible way, and we have the resources to do what a active church does, which is follow our mission statement that's been recently developed and formalized. We've always done those things, but we have a formalized plan in which we're asked to make sure we have the financial resources to operate. So there are no surprises, and that way we can operate. Families that come to our school as kindergartners know that they can finish our school as 8th graders. And rest assured that there's not the banter about can we continue to operate the school. So I think our role is to make sure we operate on a fiscally responsible way, and we have the resources to do the community outreach, to do the evangelization, to continue to invest in our school and our church property, because it does. And we raised over $2 million in our capital campaign, and our someone would have told us that we were going to be able to do that, there was a lot of questions. It was about, let's get close, but we all came together, we did it, and we have set the path forward. And I think as you look at the other goals that we have, one of the things that's really important for us is to continue to stress the importance of planned giving. Yeah. Certainly it's important to give weekly and tithe as you can, but as you think about what's important to you and what's been important to you in your life, hopefully the church is up there. And certainly you want to maybe leave some things to your family members or whatever, but you may say, hey, the church has been imperative in developing me and my family in a way that's allowed us to do that. And so I want to leave a gift in my estate, in my will, so that, we can continue to operate and do the things in the community outreach and for our school, because our school really is our number one evangelization tool, and it also is probably one of our main reasons why we have such an active parish today, is because we have, a school that allows younger parents, maybe a little older parents, to know that they can have their kids educated in a Catholic environment. And I think when you think about, the other Catholic churches, all great churches, there's no grade school at St. Bernard's. There's no grade school at St. Martha's. There's no grade school at St. Paul's or their Annunciation, whatever it's called. St. Matthew's doesn't have one. So we are really the parish for, city going east, and so as far as the school environment. And I think being in a position to continue to offer quality Catholic education, because formation of values are an integral part of who we are as children and as adults.
Yeah. Yes, so many good things happening with that council and with the parish as a whole. How can parishioners help in the financial stewardship of the church?
Well, I think, I mentioned it briefly, is, consider what you give, and consider that annually as you get pay increases, hopefully, you're giving a little bit more to the parish as your financial situation improves. And certainly over the course of life, you have different things that come into play, that like college or high school or other expenses that come in. But, when those are all done, reevaluate and think about what might be able to be provided. And, at the end of the year, if you have, it's been a great year, give a little extra at Christmas time or at Easter or whenever you choose. The other thing is, you'll notice there is a maintenance envelope in the packet of envelopes that you get. And what we're trying to do is to make sure that every time we have an air conditioner go out or something goes out, we have funds to handle those, especially when it's not built into our budget, because we do operate with a budget and we hold pretty tight to that budget. And, we do also look to go out to raise funds from other grant sources, and so that we can, basically be in a position of continuing to meet our budget on an annual basis. The other thing is, think about planned giving. If you don't have a will, think about St. Vincent Church, St. Vincent School, St. Vincent Foundation. Those are all ways, and you can designate if you have something that's important to you, whether it's the choir or whether it's the altar or whether it's the school or the church or the cemetery. Those are all things that you can specifically designate in your will, and of course, just the St. Vincent Church. That's an undesignated, unrestricted donation is greatly appreciated.
Yeah. Well, hey, thank you. And I think you're already showing how committed the Finance Council is to all of this. And I would just add too that sometimes people say, well, finances, is that a spiritual aspect of the church? And I think you're all hearing from Ted here, yes, because finances, good stewardship, is what helps us to be able to do the various ministries, to reach out to people in various ways, to foster faith and outreach and all the things Ted already mentioned. So being on the Finance Council and part of that is definitely a ministry grounded in faith and our Catholic Christian faith. I know, I think we need to end here as we've gone. Thank you so much, Ted, for all you have done and continue to do as we go forward, and that all of us will have that sense of stewardship, that the parish belongs to all of us, and we're serving the Lord by serving the parish to be as vibrant as it can be.
Thank you, Father. We're glad you're here, and I hope you're here for another 30 years.
Okay.